Going on, everybody? It's Key Time coming back to talk about March Madness. March Madness is set, and today there will be a couple of games that are on TV that will really shake up the standings and seedings in March Madness. Now, we got a couple games today. The first game of today is a play-in, Wagner and Howard. It starts at 6:40 p.m. later on tonight. I think that Howard will win this game because Wagner, they have been up and down all season. Now it is time to get down to what I like to call the nitty gritty of the men's basketball season. Now, everybody knows who I got winning the entire thing. I'm going to go ahead and say it for the new listeners out there who haven't seen me over the last few months talk about UConn. I got UConn winning the entire thing and repeating as champs for the first time since my dearly beloved Florida Gators did it in '08, '07, and '08. Now, let's see what will UConn do, because as of right now, UConn, they are playing. See, as of right now, UConn, they are playing another team. So they won't face anybody until they get to the Final Four, because I see UConn that they'll beat their competition. They play Stetson. So I see them I see them beating Stetson. It'll be a walk in the park. Of course, they are favored by 17 in that game to win. So UConn, I have them winning that game already. Now, one thing about the games that are today, most of these games that are today are toss-ups. You got Texas Southern, Tarleton State, ACU, Texas A&M, CC, Colorado State, and Virginia. Now, Virginia, that's another team that has been up and down. They'll be on a 4, 5, 6 game winning streak and then lose 2 or 3 straight here and there. It's so much inconsistency going on with Virginia. I don't know if they will be able to win against Colorado State, but they are favored against Colorado State. See, these are some conflicting messages that Las Vegas is giving us. Would you take the favorite in this game, or would you take the underdog? Who knows? That's why March Madness is so great. You don't know who is going to win. You may have quite a few upsets like we did last year. We had 15 upsets to be exact last year. We had Purdue fall. We had we had 2 other top dogs fall last year. We are going to have more upsets this year than we did last year. And it always happens like that. So as of now I want to get into the tomorrow's set of games. Now, tomorrow's set of games, we got Grambling State versus Montana State. Then Fort Wayne versus Bowling Green. Alabama A&M versus Austin Peay. And Colorado versus Boise State. Now, the winner of Colorado and Boise State will play my dearly beloved Florida Gators. It is great to be a Florida Gator. Okay, so now back to what I was saying. Now, Colorado and Boise State, they have been up and down. I believe Florida will be able to win against whoever they play. Now, the other three games that I want to talk about. Grambling State, they are a good success story. I believe that they'll win versus Montana State. So Grambling State, you'll win that one. Fort Wayne versus Bowling Green, that is a toss-up because both of these teams are very inconsistent. Even though that you made it to March Madness, that still doesn't qualify you as a team that can win it all, because you're not. Because these two teams, Fort Wayne and Bowling Green, They are not going to beat a team like Florida or a team like UConn, Houston, Iowa State, all the other top teams. They are not going to be able to. They are not going to be able to do that. So, and with Alabama A&M and Austin P, they are just happy to get here. Just them getting to the just them getting to March Madness is a success story in and of itself. Now, another thing about all of these teams, this is just the appetizer. It's not gonna get too good until we get to we get to Thursday and Friday. Now, Thursday's bracket of games, it's gonna be great because we got Michigan State versus Mississippi State, a good top 10 matchup, 9 versus 8. I got Michigan State winning that game. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Mississippi State somehow ends up upsetting them and winning the game. Now we got a couple of ranked games Thursday that we can look forward to. We got number 11 DeQuez versus number 6 BCU, 14 Akron versus 3 Creighton. Creighton has been playing some good ball throughout the season. They ended the season in the top 15 as far as college basketball rankings. Then we have Long Beach State versus Arizona, number 2 Arizona, I might add you. Now one thing as far as the number 14 team and the number 3 team, Morehead State versus Illinois. Now, one thing I can say about Illinois, they can play with some of the best of them. They really can. Morehead State, they are a no-name team that might have a chance at beating Illinois. But Illinois, they have got to play a bad game in order for Morehead State to win, because I got Illinois winning this game. And I believe Illinois, they should be favored in this game no matter what. No matter what. Now, Thursday afternoon, here's one game that I am looking forward to. Number 11, Oregon versus number 6, South Carolina. South Carolina, they have been playing good. They are a rough and tumble team. Oregon, they are another rough and tumble team. They just won versus Colorado the other night before. Now, let's see how both of these teams can fare up against each other and see. I believe that this game could go into overtime, and it could be and it's gonna be a good game. It might go into overtime, but I got Oregon edging South Carolina out. I do, because Oregon has a better free throw shooting team. Oregon has a better, both of these teams are good at 3-point shooting, so they really don't have an edge there. It's just whoever missed the most threes will lose this game. I got Oregon winning this game. So the next game I'm going to talk about for the Thursday bracket is number 10 Nevada versus number 7 Dayton. This game right here, another toss-up, could be 2.5, 3-point favorite in favor of Nevada. As far as Dayton, they are just happy to be there because they had a good season, but it's playoff time now. In the form of March Madness, you only have one game and one shot to punch your ticket to the next round. Dayton, you only got one shot, one more game to play. Get out the way. You need to come with it. But I think that Nevada will win this game, and Dayton, you'll be going home. The next game I want to talk about is number 14 Oakland versus Kentucky. Kentucky is going to win this game outright. I'm not really going to get too much into it. So I'm going to just go ahead and say Kentucky should win this game by at least 10, if not more. The next game I'm going to talk about, Gonzaga. Gonzaga, another good team. They could easily well finish in the Final Four, or either get to the Sweet 16 or the Elite Eight. They play against McNeese State Thursday. I got Gonzaga winning that. McNeese State, they have been up and down all season. They got blown out by UConn, so what do you expect for them to play a good game versus Gonzaga? I don't think so. So they're not going to play a good game versus Gonzaga. They are going to get blasted by Gonzaga. McNeese State, you are going to go home after this game. You will not punch your ticket to the next round. Now, the next game I want to talk about is SD State versus Iowa State. I just seen how Iowa beat down Houston. Iowa is going to win versus SD State. So, Iowa, you are going to the next round. The next game I want to talk about is St. Peter's versus Tennessee. Tennessee, you going to the next round because St. Peter's, even though Tennessee, I always say that Tennessee is on their high horse. You possibly could get an upset here, but if Tennessee come out and do what they are supposed to do and not mess around with St. Peter's, they'll be able to win this game. And they should win this game. So as of right now, I got Tennessee winning this game. The next game I want to talk about is NC State versus Texas Tech. Now, I got NC State winning this game. I see Texas Tech, they playing good. They playing good, and they've been consistent. They were in the basketball rankings for most of the season. But now, like I said, in the words of March Madness, it starts with playoff time. I think that NC State is better equipped to knock off Texas Tech, and I do believe that they will knock off Texas Tech. So, Texas Tech, you will not make it back to the national championship game like you did last year and played UConn. It will not be a championship rematch. Somebody else is going to be there. UConn and somebody else going to be there. Now, for the next game I want to talk about, number 13, Samford versus Kansas. Now, this game could go either way, but Kansas has been up there for a while now. So, Kansas, they should easily win this game, if not outright blow them out. So, now, Kansas is going to win this game. No matter what, Kansas is going to win this game. So, Samford, you had a good run. Come back next season, try and do it again, and then let's see what you can do. Now, the final game for Thursday is number 10 Drake versus number 7 Washington State. I got Washington State winning this game. Drake, you are just you are just happy to be here. Come on, get your little paycheck, get your little recognition, and go on back home where you belong, because you will not win this game. You won't win this game. So just get your 10 minutes, just get your a good little 3 hours of recognition, get your little paycheck, and go on back home because this is playoff time and we don't need no pretenders in the playoffs. Now, Friday's bracket of games. Number 9 Northwestern versus number 8 Florida Atlantic. Now, the mojo that Florida Atlantic had last year, that's I'm thinking about that. And I'm thinking that they could upset Northwestern. But will I put money on Florida Atlantic beating Northwestern? No. I'm going to go with the smart money. The smart money says Northwestern is going to win, so Northwestern is going to win. Congratulations, Florida Atlantic, on making it back to March Madness, but you won't go as far as you did last year. That's another thing. You won't go as far as you did last year. Now, to the games that are most important to the March Madness. The games that are most important. Like I said earlier, Stetson versus UConn. UConn is going to just blow Stetson out, so I'm not worried about that game. Number 11, New Mexico versus Clemson. Clemson, you need to go ahead and handle your business versus New Mexico. New Mexico has nothing to show for it. If they do upset Clemson, it'll be a success story. But as of right now, I got Clemson. Now, the game that everybody will be looking forward to Friday is number 13 Yale versus number 4 Auburn. Now, this game right here, I'm going to be looking at this game. I'm going to be looking at it very closely because you just had Auburn beat up on my dearly beloved Florida Gators, who will either play Boise State or Colorado. So, yeah, Auburn, they beat up on my dearly beloved Florida Gators. And then you have this team, who has nothing to lose. And I wouldn't say playing with house money, but they are coming in feeling a little loose because Auburn is favored by 6 in this game, and they are projected to win this game. So, they have a chance at upsetting Auburn. Can they do it? They can do it. It remains to be seen. But from what I've seen from Auburn lately, I would put my money on Auburn. I would. And that's just me. I put my money on Auburn. So, Auburn, I think Auburn is going to win this game. The next game I want to talk about for the Friday game of brackets is number 13, Vermont versus number 4, Duke. Duke shouldn't have no problem with Vermont, but this is March Madness. You cannot take any team lightly. Make no mistake about it. The predictions that I did earlier on in this show is no disrespect to the college, the basketball program, or their organization. I just think that the teams that they are playing are better equipped to beat them. That's all. Like Duke is better equipped to beat Vermont. Now Vermont, they've had a success story. They made it this far. Congratulations, Vermont, on making it this far. But after Friday, you're going to be out of the tournament because Duke is going to win this game. No matter what, Duke is going to win this game. As far as the only way Duke can lose this game is turnovers and missed free throws, because we know that Duke is one of the most schematic teams that are very intelligent when it comes to their game plan. Now, I think Duke is just going to I think Duke is going to win this game outright. Congratulations, Vermont. But we sending you back home. We sending you back home. Now for the last game I want to talk about for Friday's bracket is Charleston versus number 4 Alabama. Alabama is gonna blow Charleston out. So we just gonna go ahead, put that on there, put Alabama into the next bracket frame, and also the last game. Now this is the very, very last game I'm gonna talk about for the Friday bracket. Number 16 Longwood versus Houston. Houston, they had a bad game versus Iowa. That was the Big 12 championship. That's over with now. We are in March Madness. I believe Houston is going to win this game outright. Houston is favored by, I believe last time I checked, what was it? Last time I checked, it was 9 points. It probably has shrunk or it probably has increased, but I think Houston is going to win this game outright, and that is all I have for the Thursday and Friday brackets of games. Now the second round starts on Saturday and Sunday. I will wait to see what happens. This is going to be a good weekend for college basketball. And with that, those are my predictions for the first 2 days of March Madness in men's basketball. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, click the notification bell to get notified every time I have an upload of a video or a show. Now, let's see what March Madness has in store for us this year. Are there going to be plenty of upsets like we seen last year? Maybe, maybe not. And one other thing that I need to say is, remember that the key is always on time.